God, you hate to see it. Yet another band delaying their album because of the pandemic. I mean, they're on my shirt right now. A Day to Remember, they're just... Oh, I can't even get that out without laughing. A Day to Remember, where's that album, man? You want to sell me a tote bag and no talk of you're welcome? Just in the near future. Okay. Hey neighbor, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John and it's time for another episode of the Dear John Q&A series. It's pretty straightforward really. If you look at the title, I take a detailed viewer question that you guys leave in the comments, and then I answer in video form if I feel that it needs more context or explanation. And today I got a question from Gamer Movie Dude. I pulled you guys over on the community tab asking for questions, and he's got a great one about COVID-19, delays around albums, and music at large right now. What's going on? Are we going to see more delays? Is this something that should be happening, or are they just being greedy by holding back? We're going to dive right into that. I hope that you enjoyed the discussion today, and if you do, then please leave me a like on the video, subscribe for the love of music, and here's the question. What's your take on musicians who were delaying their album during the COVID-19 pandemic? It seems that though physical sales aren't so popular anymore and no one's really buying music, it seems like the prime time to release an album on streaming because people are staying at home more than ever and are looking for something to listen to, which would pump up their numbers. Only a handful have delayed their albums so far, but many others have found success with their albums during this current situation. Do you understand the delays, or is it just something weird and an odd move to make? First of all, thank you Gamer Movie Dude, that's a great question, a very timely question that I want to get into. Secondly, I think it's a loaded one because of course I'm not an artist myself in the sense that I'm not relying on streaming revenue or else touring or ticket sales or physical merchandise sold at tours or anything like that, but I'm gonna try to put myself in their shoes to try to get inside of their heads on why they either did or did not delay their album. Wait a minute, that's not right. There we go. That still doesn't look right. No. What am I... Okay, so I think a good place to start here would be to talk about the smaller groups out there affected. Obviously, I think a big part of it is to go out and play shows in support of your new material, and if you can't do that because of the coronavirus, then your hands are kind of tied. Like, what the hell do? You have to sit at home? Do you do a live stream on Instagram? Do you start up a Patreon? We've seen bands doing all sorts of things right now. And several of them, yes, have delayed their albums. Obviously, we could look to Haim, or Hines, or even somebody as big as Alicia Keys, or Lady Gaga, or the 1975. Oh wait, just kidding. They've delayed their album 5 times and it's not even fucking related to COVID-19. Smaller acts in particular are in a very weird position, a rock and a hard place, if you will. They could put out the music and yes, they are likely to find new sets of ears to get them into that because everybody's at home streaming right now. I know I am, I know a lot of my viewers are. We're taking this opportunity to do deep dives on people that maybe we've never had the time to get into, or maybe we're just shuffling through playlists in the hopes of finding someone new. And a smaller band could find exposure that way, but the other side of that fence is that they don't make much money from Apple Music, YouTube, or Spotify. Living wages are not going to be made from streaming numbers alone. Those do not pay out that much on the dollar per stream at all. So we've seen everybody doing everything from playing live streams and taking donations, which I think is great, starting up their own Patreons. I've seen Bad Wolves, Jetty Bones, and several others do that, which is another appropriate response, especially if you've got multiple people in a band that are not getting paid at all and their future is just being tossed up in the air. And of course, they would love to win over the new fans, but at the same time, that touring is what drives 80% of the sales. Rolling Stone had a great article that I will link to down below where they talked with some tour managers and other people who do promotion for albums, and they're saying because rock bands in particular and anything that falls in that genre, indie, rock, even electronic and some underground hip hop, everything like that makes their money off of touring. That's where 80% of it comes from, and when they can't do that, they're forced to rely on other factors that don't pay up, and a lot of these people have families and it makes it very tough. So pushing back the music to actually coincide with the release of your tour or when you're actually selling new merch or anything like that, it's more understandable for a smaller act, just to play devil's advocate, even though I definitely would want the music myself. It's okay to want that new music and to be a little bit greedy in the sense that, I'm really bummed about it, and I think even the artists themselves will agree that they're bummed about it, but there's really nothing they can do if they can't properly promote it, if they can't go out on the tour to actually generate some revenue. Now, for bigger artists, that's a different question entirely, I feel like. Lady Gaga, it's kind of weird that I feel like she delayed that because, yeah, I guess the promotion would be one thing if she could go on late night and everything, get everybody talking, but I feel like she's got such big clout to her name, at least she has in the past. She could do numbers without going on every talk show ever, without having the tour start the exact day that she drops the record. I think that a lot of people are saying that she was intimidated by Dua Lipa because of the whole 80s aesthetic and the fact that Dua killed it so hard. I mean, I agree that she did, but I really don't think it's that. I honestly do feel that it's other people pulling the strings, kind of advising her, Alicia Keys, these other artists, even like the Pretenders, who definitely have a lot of fans. They're pushing back the records because they want everything to roll out at the same time. That's how album rollouts have been going for like a decade plus now. Honestly, I'm gonna look at this as a blessing in disguise because we did get a few big records like Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. We got Gigaton by Pearl Jam. We got All Time Low, Wake Up, Sunshine, and there's many records that still did come out. But I think we're on the cusp, on the verge, if you will, of seeing a lot of records get delayed. Obviously, we've got another big release just around the corner. The Strokes have not delayed their album. We have not heard anything about Van Weezer by Weezer, originally set for May 15th, but I do believe that that will be delayed because we haven't even gotten another single, and it's been forever. Another reason to take this as a blessing in disguise, not only did we not get some major releases delayed, but also, I know we always like to stay discovering out there, but it's okay to not always be doing this. I mean, look at all these records. I got so many vinyl albums, so many CDs that I don't get the chance to listen to as much as I'd like to. So maybe take this opportunity, if you can call it an opportunity, make the best out of quarantine and just sit down and listen to some music that you've been in love with and don't always get to go back to. Maybe fall in love with a new artist, maybe take a day and just shuffle through somebody on Spotify or Apple Music. I mean, I did that with Arctic Monkeys the other day. I just sat down and listened to them like all day, sitting around doing not that much of anything because I was so bored in quarantine. And the next day I took that opportunity feeling even better and just shuffled through Fiona Apple. So I would love to know, how are you handling the delays and everything like that with COVID-19? I hope that everybody is staying safe out there. I know this is a pandemic and that it's very, very scary, but stay inside, listen to some new tunes, listen to some old tunes, and let me know what you think about the situation regarding delayed albums and the ones that haven't been delayed in the comments section. Outside of that, you can see more videos on screen now, including another episode of the Dear John Q&A series. Leave others down below, starting with Dear John, so that I can find you. And outside of that, I'll see you soon for more right here on Beyond ARTV.